Live from Austin, Texas, with host Rosie Newberry. Local trends, shopping, and more. This is Studio 512.
Good morning, everybody. Thank you so much for joining us today for Studio 512. As you know, we are passionate about sharing mental health resources here on Studio 512. It's so important to be proactive with our kids, our youth, and our adults and elder folks as well. So it runs the gamut today. That's what we're talking about. Tyler Coe, host of the brand new PBS program, How Are We Today, joins us to discuss what the show plans to offer, and we are really happy to have him. Tyler, good morning.
Good morning. How are we today?
How are we today? I am pretty good. How are we today?
We're doing great. I'm just so thrilled that we get to be here to talk about the show. Thank you so much.
Of course, happy to have you. Let's talk about exactly what the show is. You say it's group versus guru, and I'd like to hear a little bit more about that.
Yeah, absolutely. So we are not trying to reinvent the wheel. This show is inspired by all the PBS greats, which is why we had it end up on PBS. So Fred Rogers, LeVar Burton, Miss Frizzle, Barney, I mean, the list goes on, right?
Aww.
And so we named the show How Are We Today because we feel like there is this disconnect that we all kind of feel right now, individual pitted against individual, and we want to make this about team and family. And so the show is very much trying to create a home, if you will, even though it's set in my apartment, being able to bring these big emotions and feelings we have, be raw and real about them, but have fun with this thing and make it feel very inclusive.
That is wonderful. And speaking of being inclusive, yes, there's, what I hear from psychiatrists and psychologists is that there's a bit of an epidemic happening right now with our young people. But those aren't the only folks that you're wanting to talk to. In fact, this is a show for everybody.
It really is, which always annoys people when you're pitching a TV show when they ask you for a demographic. But it really is for everybody because we want to target those kids that are coming into puberty, which is typically when almost 50% of all mental health conditions come online. It happened for me when I was diagnosed with bipolar when I was 12 years old.
Wow.
But we also want it for folks my age, I'm 37, a little bit gray, that kind of got left behind and didn't have these resources that we have today. And including our elderly community is one of the fastest growing communities that deals with mental health conditions. So I think all of us, though, deal with this one thing is that when it comes to social media, we have people that are diagnosing us online that are not medical experts. We're told what to do, how to look, how to be, and so our show is trying to bring everybody back into the fold to be like, hey, let's talk to medical experts, here's some experiences, let's put it all together.
Well, I'm glad you brought up the medical experts part because you have a clinical psychologist that speaks every single time on the show, and y'all do therapeutic exercises as well. So we are going to work towards a goal of getting better.
That's exactly right, Rosie. So unfortunately, so many of us get to window shop when it comes to mental health, right? Like we know we need to get therapy, we know we need to be on medication, but we don't have access to it. So on the show, our real life clinical behavioral psychologist, Dr. Aaron, takes us through real life therapeutic techniques. So we really try to combat this complexity we all live in with simplicity. So we do grounding exercises, we use things like ice packs, we do funny dances and sing silly songs, all to kind of ground ourselves and get us back in touch. And I know this is cringe, but with our inner child, because we need to do that. So that's a lot of what we do on the show, and we do it to where you don't have to get up off your couch. You just get to do it.
Kid-like world, yes.
Exactly,
it's a little bit on the fun side, it's a little bit on the simple side, but it's supposed to bring smiles to everybody involved.
That's the goal.
Yeah. Okay, all right. I do want to ask what you're hoping viewers will gain from the show. I know that the idea here is that it's okay to not feel okay, but we are trying to change it.
Yeah, we say the line on the show that it is okay to not be okay, but we don't want you to stay that way. So we want you to leave with whatever is going to fit for you. I think that's one of the biggest challenges right now is everybody's trying to fit us into a box.
Okay.
And so together as a group, hearing experiences and expertise, how can we find what works for you? What do you like? What do you not like? We're going to try it all and then hopefully send yourself off in the right direction.
So when we talk about like some of the therapeutic experiences and things like that you guys plan to cover, I'm so grateful that you have been vulnerable with us today and talking about your diagnosis with bipolar disorder. Are we talking to people who have maybe diagnoses already, or is this just kind of mental health for everybody?
Well, it's really not, the show isn't really learning about like what bipolar disorder is or depression. I mean, to be honest, we can all kind of Google that and learn that definition.
Yeah.
It's really about the nuance behind all these things. So in answer to your question, yes, we have an array of different people on the show that deal with different things. So we talk about bipolar disorder, we talk about depression, we talk about panic attacks and anxiety, we talk about compassion fatigue, which really for our people on the front lines, right, when it comes to EMS and when it comes to nurses that are always dealing with people that are struggling, we talk about everything because that's life. And all of us deal with these things even if we don't think we do. So everybody is welcome to see the table. And the thing we hope you see on the show also to take away is you see yourself. To be like, hey, that's me. Hey, I go through that, or I know somebody that does. That's what we want you to leave with.
Yeah, the amount of empathy that you could gain from watching this and saying, oh my gosh, that's actually happening to a friend of mine right now. Their brother is going through chemotherapy or something like that. I know that they must be dealing with compassion fatigue themselves because there's always, guilt complex as well. I'm doing well, but my family member is not. So there's a lot to unpack. So I know that you guys have a tall order.
We do, and I think right now, all of us are kind of feeling something that is resonating throughout the world, unfortunately, that's hatred. And we talk about on the show how to respond to emotions instead of reacting. We see so many people reacting to hatred with hatred.
Yeah.
So our show is a response to that hatred. Bring that big emotion to us, let's talk about it together, and we're gonna get through it.
Very timely.
That's what we're hoping to do with this show.
Okay, yeah, you brought an example of some of your therapeutic exercises today. You said you're going to do Find 10 with me. Tell me about that.
You're going to do Find 10.
I'm doing
You're
Find
doing
10.
Find 10. I do Find 10 every day. I've already done my Find 10. You're going to do Find 10. So this is a really simple skill, which is really what we try to do on the show. Simple. So this is a grounding exercise. This is a distress tolerance skill, which means we're trying to tolerate distress. So if you're feeling anxiety, if you're feeling upset, grumpy, whatever it is, we're giving your brain a cool off with this to do something really easy. So this is all this is. Find 10. I want you to find 5 yellow things in your studio. That's all I want you to do.
That's all I have to do?
That's all you have to do, all right?
And this is helping my brain?
This is going to help your brain.
Okay, all right. Well, I see a big old pizza slice.
That's perfect. That's one right there.
That's a nice looking pizza slice right there. And right behind it, there's a sweet little sombrero.
That's yellow as well.
That is yellow, nice little for under the chin area. We've got a mascot over here. So tell me about this little guy.
Well, I might have placed him here. This is Yellow Guy. He is the official mascot of our show. And we also have other characters. Sorry, I can take that again. I spiked the camera.
Oh, that's okay. You know, we're live, so it's okay.
Okay, my bad.
This is what live television is all about.
All right, so we do have these characters that are kind of like that chart we grew up with, right? Of how are we feeling today, right?
Yeah.
Are we anxious, sad, happy? So we have a bunch of characters like this on the show, but Yellow Guy is our main one.
Yellow Guy, okay, I see beautiful, painterly things behind me. I don't know if our camera is able to grab that because we have a picture in here from a local artist, Becca Borelli, but also I've got to point out Yellow Guy right on your
Yellow
top
Guy
there.
right there.
Okay,
Perfect, yeah.
We're out of time, but I want to make sure that I ask, when can we watch How Are We Today?
Yes, you can watch it a couple different places. So it airs on Austin PBS on the 13th at 6 p.m. It releases weekly, but the big one is going to be on the PBS app. That means completely for free for season 1. We also have been picked up by other affiliates nationwide. So if you go to our website, howarewetoday.com, you can learn all about those local listings.
Can do nothing but wish you huge success. This is a wonderful thing to offer,
Thank
folks.
you, Rosie. I appreciate it.
Thank you, Tyler. Okay, for more information on this special program, visit howarewetoday.com or follow the show on social media at HowAreWeTodayOfficial. The following portion of Studio 512 is sponsored by Chicken Salad Chick. Well, y'all, since we last talked to our friends at Chicken Salad Chick, they have expanded. There are now 2 locations in Central Texas, one in Pflugerville and one on Hancock Drive. Director of Operations Tyler Owens and General Manager Sabrina Soto are here to tell us more about what's on offer, and we're thrilled to finally have Chicken Salad Chick in the Central Texas area. So Sabrina, my very first question is for you. Tell us about your new location in Austin and y'all's growth plans for our area.
So currently we have the 2 locations, it's Pflugerville and our Hancock location, Austin, and it is located in the Hancock Center. And we have plans to grow 9 more stores. So in total, we'll have 11.
Tyler, speaking of, can we talk about your menus? Speaking of particularly, your chicken salad flavors, your sides, your desserts, you guys have a lot to offer.
We do. And we take a lot of pride in prepping everything. A lot of our menu is made from scratch. So to start off with kind of what we have in front of us today, we have our croissant platter and our sandwich platter, and then we brought a few of our favorite sides. But on our croissant platter, what you'll notice is we have our Classic Carol. We have our Fancy Nancy, which is going to have Fuji apples, red and white grapes. Here we've got our Buffalo Barclay. It's a buffalo-inspired chicken salad. Those are the 3 that we brought over here. And then we have a select other variations over here with our Sassy Scotty, which is bacon cheddar ranch. We also make a turkey club sandwich as well. In the front, you can see that we've got our made-from-scratch pasta salad and our broccoli salad.
Let's talk a little bit more, Tyler, about catering, because when I look at this table, I see, oh, this could feed a party.
Yes.
And the sort of events that y'all do.
So catering is definitely a big part of our business, and we can cater from any size of group from 5 to 5,000. What you see here, these are some of the catering options that we would do, a catering side, or our luncheon platters from a mini croissant or a sandwich platter. But we also can customize a lunchbox to each individual person's wants and needs or dietary restrictions.
All right, let's hear, Sabrina, a little bit more about how Chicken Salad Chick supports our community, because you guys do something called Cookies for a Cure.
We do. So Cookies for a Cure, there are lemon cookies right here, and the proceeds do go to help with children's cancer research. It's a very low funded part of the cancer research going on, so that's what we try to do our best, is we're trying to bring all that in.
You guys have an app that we can download?
We do. We have a Chicken Salad Chick app. You can go on there. You can see all of our menu items that we do have. You can see what our hours of availability are, and you can see which one is closest to you. You can also see us on our social medias, Facebook, Instagram, all of that good stuff.
Appreciate your time today. Thank you.
Thank you.
See menus and find the location nearest you at chickensaladchick.com. The preceding portion of Studio 512 was sponsored by Chicken Salad Chick. Welcome back, everybody. Imagine a Way is a local nonprofit resource providing support for critical therapies for families of children with autism. The organization's annual gala is coming up, so President Sarah Galbraith is here to tell us more about it. It's been a year since we've seen her last. I know that last year was successful. We're happy to have you back, Sarah. Good morning.
Thank you for having us back. We're happy to be here.
Let's remind everybody at home, if we can, about the Imagine a Way Gala and the reason that y'all do it. This is your biggest fundraiser of the year, right?
Yes, it's the big one. We have a few smaller ones, but this is the one where we raise the bulk of the funds. All of the money we raise goes to providing therapies for families with kids on the spectrum. And this is it, like this is the big time, the Super Bowl for us, right, to raise that money. So we're getting therapies paid for directly to the clinics, all the big ones that you can think of, and that's the night for it.
Well, and we definitely want to talk about money. So let's first talk about financial barriers, if you wouldn't mind, that families with autism diagnoses in the family tend to face, and how this gala can help.
Yes, for sure. So a lot of the direct costs that people think of are applicable, of course. So lots of people have insurance and that covers some of it, but even with insurance, the copays, the deductibles, they add up really fast. And there's things that people don't think about. So if you have a toddler, because they're getting diagnosed earlier now, which we love,
which is great,
they're still napping. So if you have a kid that goes to ABA for the day and needs to take a nap, you have to either go pick them up and take them home and give them a nap and bring them back, or you have to pay them out of pocket to provide that nap time. So there's little things like that that people don't think about, right? The cost itself is huge, of course. Our families are looking at $40,000 a year in therapies, which is astounding. And then there's also the indirect costs. So we see a lot of families that have two parents that are working, and then they get a diagnosis, and it's like, I have to, you know, one of the people has to take time off to drive them around. They maybe can't keep a job. We're going to therapies back and forth all day, or maybe we have kids in daycare and they can no longer go there with the diagnosis. So there's all different ways that these families are being impacted financially, and we're seeing them do everything they can to try to meet those needs, working 3 jobs, selling their home, and we want to try to reach people before they get to that point if we can.
Absolutely, yeah. And you've been in a great situation so far the last couple of years, that you haven't had a wait list, but a wait list has now begun, and so it's more important now than ever that we make sure that we raise big funds for this year's gala. So talk to me about that and the increase in diagnoses that you're seeing.
For sure. So in 2019, we decided no more wait lists. We're going to do whatever it takes to raise the money, and we've done that since then. But as most people have seen in the news, the rates of diagnosis are going up. So just this summer, we got new numbers from the CDC. It's now 1 in 31 kids. 2 years before it was 1 in 36, and 2 years before that it was 1 in 44. So pretty rapid increase in the numbers. And with that, we're seeing more kids getting those diagnoses earlier and needing help from us sooner. So we've got some kids on the wait list. We have 25 right now. We're looking at needing around 123,000 to support the need.
Okay.
And the important thing for us with Imagine Away is we support the kids from the age of diagnosis all the way through the end of the year when they turn 7. And so if we commit to help you when you're 3, we're going to make sure we have the funds available to do that all the way through. So we see those kids all the way through that journey. And
I'm glad you brought that number up, actually, because early intervention, early diagnosis is so important. And that's one of the reasons those numbers are changing, is that doctors are getting better at spotting it earlier, not necessarily that there's an increase in autism, right?
For sure. And I think parents are spotting it too. I think the more we talk about it, the more awareness we have. People are understanding some of the things to watch for and bringing it up to their care providers. You know, we've seen people where the doctors might say, oh, you know, give it some time, let's see. And the parents are the ones advocating, saying like, no, I really want to see a specialist. I want to get on this sooner. And so I think that's part of it too.
Absolutely. I mean, even in our family, there's a little one who walks on his toes. And that can be an indicator that maybe autism is something to discuss. So some really important things for parents to be aware of there. But so yes, we want to get kids off the wait list. We want to make sure that as those numbers continue to change, we continue to help. And then just if you can touch on why early intervention, early diagnosis is so important, I think it would help.
No, for sure. It's that critical window we see in brain development. I'm certainly not a doctor or clinician, but I've done a lot of the research and we've seen it firsthand with our kids. I have one myself on the spectrum. That window in those first few years for neurodivergent or neurotypical kids is critical, right? When we see all of that development going on, and particularly with kids that are neurodivergent, that's the window that we can get in there and really provide the support that they need. And we see kids at Imagine Away that are going in nonverbal, and 2 weeks into therapies are saying mom and dad for the first time.
Oh my gosh.
And you know, we want to give, it's huge, and we want to see these kids be able to reach whatever their potential is and give them that opportunity. They deserve to go to school and play sports and have friends and someday grow up and be an adult with autism that has a job and all the things.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Okay. So let's talk about the gala itself. Going to be a fun one.
Yes.
You guys have a really good theme this year.
Thank
Talk
you.
to me about what to expect.
Okay, so it's a Mad Men theme, which is, I think, so fun from a fashion perspective.
Fashion.
I'm into it.
Yeah.
But we really try to make the gala fun. I know it's a heavy topic, but we really try to make it a fun night. So it's an immersive experience. From the time you get there, you will be transported back to the days of Sterling Cooper. So you will, I'm not going to give away too much, but you'll spend some time in their office, and then you'll be transported to a jazz club in New York. We have an amazing local brand, Big Night Jazz, that's coming to play for us. And it's going to be a fun time. And hopefully we'll raise a lot of money to help more kids.
And you've got options because you have a silent auction.
Yes.
You have a live auction as well.
We do. We have a silent auction with lots of great items. We have a live auction with big vacation homes and fun experiences for anybody.
Those are always the most fun things to see. It's like 10 people can go to Tuscany.
Yes, yes.
So get your friends together.
Costa Rica, France, a ski trip, whatever it is you want to do. We've got it. So those are a lot of fun. And that's where you really see people be very generous and have fun with it, and know that they're doing something really big to give back.
It tells me that you should get your friends together and make sure you buy tickets. So just real quickly in our last 10 seconds, besides this gala, how else can we support y'all throughout the year?
I just think having these conversations is so important. There's people out there that don't know that we exist, and we want to help people, whether it's with resources or connecting them with somebody that can help them and give them some support. So just spread the word.
You've done your job today,
Thank you.
Sarah. Thank you so much. We appreciate it. Guys, you'll be mad to miss this party, Mad Men themed, of course. Get your tickets now at imagineaway.org.
The following portion of Studio 512 is sponsored on behalf of Aflac by Tips on TV.
According to the American Cancer Society, 1 in 3 Americans face a risk of cancer diagnosis in their lifetime. Joining us today is breast cancer survivor Sarah Bentley, who is teaming up with Aflac to launch a new campaign called Check for Cancer, with the goal of increasing early cancer screenings by 10% over the next decade. Bentley's a Broadway actress and co-founder of A Chance for Life, a nonprofit that funds surrogacy for breast cancer survivors. Sarah, good morning. How are you?
Oh, good morning, Blake. I'm well. I'm really happy to be here.
Yeah, well, I'm excited to get to speak with you. So, Sarah, you were diagnosed with stage 2 breast cancer at just 38 years old. So can you tell us a little bit about your cancer journey and how you found out and what happened kind of after that?
Yeah, I mean, I had an itch underneath my armpit, and I reached down to scratch it, and underneath my fingers was a lump the size of a walnut. My doctors didn't really think it was that big of a deal, but I knew deep down in my heart it was something a little more serious, so I advocated for further testing, and after multiple biopsies, I was diagnosed with stage 2 breast cancer at the age of 38. This is why I'm here today teaming up with AFLAC on their new Check for Cancer campaign. By taking charge of my health and getting checked, I saved my own life, and I want to urge you to do the same because early detection, it really, really matters.
Yeah, by you sharing your story, I think that's going to help so many other stories out there, which is why I'm so glad we're doing this. And as you mentioned, your diagnosis was at stage 2, which is kind of relatively early kind of in the process, all things considered. So what role did that play in kind of your treatment and recovery within your own personal journey?
Stage 2 breast cancer is considered early stage breast cancer, but breast cancer at any stage is life-changing. I mean, it was devastating and it changed the trajectory of my entire life. However, I caught it early, so it was treatable. And working with AFLAC on this Check for Cancer campaign, we want to remind you to do the same. I mean, AFLAC is more than just an insurance company. They are pioneers of cancer insurance. So when they approached me to join forces with them, it was my privilege to share this story and remind you to get checked. I mean, our goal is to increase cancer screenings by 10% over the next 10 years.
Oh my gosh. Okay, Sarah, so we've been talking about it, but I want to get into it. What exactly is Check for Cancer? What do we need to know?
Yeah. Well, this is wild. AFLAC did a study that shows that over 60% of Americans avoid regular health screenings when we know that early detection can help boost survival rates by over 90%. So our message is simple. Checkered patterns, they're everywhere. You see a pair of checkered sneakers, reminder, check, make your appointments. You see a checkered couch, Check for Cancer. And for every social post that you use the hashtag Check for Cancer, AFLAC will donate $5 to childhood cancer care and research up to $1 million. Make your social media posts, see the checkered patterns, and get checked.
Oh my gosh, I love kind of all the elements to this. I think it's really going to encourage people to be a part of the journey, right, in the message. And speaking of, you just shared a pretty staggering statistic, which is that 60% of people avoid kind of that routine health checkup. So as a cancer survivor yourself, what message would you share with people watching that are maybe not convinced?
I was young, I was healthy, and I still got cancer. And I was scared to do further testing, right? But what's scarier is not knowing. Knowledge is power. I live in New York City, the MTA, see something, say something, subscribe to that, because the data is all around us. Early detection can save your life. It really, really matters.
Yeah, it can save your life. I mean, I think that right there speaks for itself. Now, briefly in the beginning, we kind of mentioned some of your accolades, but can you kind of tell us what's next for you and your career, what people can look forward to?
Yeah, I mean, my story is my superpower, so I'm going to continue to share it and advocate for people who have cancer everywhere, and also to work with my nonprofit to continue to raise money to help women have babies after breast cancer. I'm a new mom, and it's amazing. And of course, further my partnership with AFLAC on our Check for Cancer initiative.
Well, Sarah, congrats on being a new mom, and thank you for sharing your journey. If people want more information, where do they go to check it out?
Yeah, aflac.com/checkforcancer for all of the tools and resources you need to take charge of your own health. But just remember this, see the checks and get checked.
See the check and get checked. I love that. Sarah,
Thanks,
thank you.
Blake. Thank you.
The preceding portion of Studio 512 is sponsored on behalf of AFLAC by Tips on TV.
Welcome back. Igniting a love of learning to last a lifetime is the mission of Literati, a local company with a nonprofit arm, and the organization is hoping to change the way that kiddos experience reading, all with the mission of trying to get them to love it. Joining us now is CEO and founder Jessica Ewing, who we are happy to see after years of not being on the show. Jessica, good morning.
Hey, good morning. It's great to be here. It's great to be back.
Lovely to have you. It was pre-pandemic since we saw you last. A lot has changed.
A lot has changed.
Especially in the reading world. Let's talk about Literati and why you wanted to start it so many years ago.
Yeah, I mean, the mission of Literati is to create a love of learning and a love of life. And so that's really at the core of the company and my impetus to start it. Books for me have always been the vehicle to love learning, love life. And so that was really the core sort of motivation. And so when we were on with you the first time, we had just started, we were baby, brand new Austin startup company, but we've been growing. And so we have been in business since 2017, and we started out doing children's book clubs. And so that's kind of what you see over here.
Which is precious.
Yeah.
So
it's
I
really
see
fun.
5 books, a sweet little stuffed animal, which you are going to be lucky to walk away with today because I really want it. But what a good way, like picture books, stuff that kids can drool on and play with, and all of that good stuff, a way to plug them in.
Yeah, that's the idea. Everything we do is print books, but we have kind of a modern twist on everything that's designed to create engagement, experience, and get kids in today's world really excited about books and reading. So we started there, and this is our signature teal box, and it ships to people at home, and kids can try 5 books and pick what they like and send the rest back. And so that was really kind of phase 1 of the company. But then what's happened since we haven't talked is that the company now operates in schools. So we are
wonderful.
The second largest school book fair provider in the country. And so we're serving kids at home, but we're also now serving 5,000 schools, and we are providing the modern book fair, which is so much fun. And so, so we've come a really long way.
I was going to say, you are busy now. Wow.
Yeah, it's gotten really crazy.
Yeah.
So it's good.
It's wonderful. And we have a second box sitting on the table today.
Yes.
And this is actually your newest rollout. We're announcing it right now.
Yes.
Talk to me about what this box is.
Yes. So this box is our Literati Clubs for Classrooms. It's a brand new subscription offering. And rather than send the book home, we send the book directly to school. So this is sort of a way, our thinking is not every kid can afford this box to come home. Not every kid can even afford to shop and buy a book at the book fair.
Right.
So we wanted to create a new experience where teachers can create a ritual and experience. You know, think about the sort of classroom line leader, like who's the kid that gets to open the box every month. And this,
that would be so exciting.
Right?
Yeah.
And so what the new subscription is it's 5 books that come, and the whole classroom gets to experience it. So teachers can use the box to build their classroom library and build that, or they can send the books home with kids.
A privilege.
Definitely. I mean, the whole thing was inspired by a conversation I had with a school librarian who told me, I asked her, I said, how do you gift a book to a child who can't afford one without making it feel awkward for them? And she said, oh, that's easy. You just make up a gold star and give them an award, like the most improved reader award or something like that. So that was kind of the idea here. We call this the gold star box for that reason.
Clever.
And it's really a great gift for teachers because I'll show you the unboxing. But one child, the daughter of someone on our team, created this idea of you open the box and then it says, you know, you're golden.
You're golden.
The inside. And there's 5 books that are age appropriate to that classroom. And so it's just a really fun way for kids to discover books in the classroom where everybody is included.
That's
wonderful. Really the idea.
Yeah. Oh, okay. I love it. I want to talk about how this kind of elevates not only the classroom experience, but specifically the student experience. You and I were talking off camera about kind of, there's a bit of a literacy, scare. Quite frankly, right now, post-pandemic, and that our attention spans, even as adults, are starting to struggle because we have such instant gratification with so many things we do.
100%. I mean, it is a crisis. Just to give you a sense of the numbers, it is scary. 66% of kids today are reading below grade level.
Two-thirds?
2/3. It's bad. And this was a decline that was taking place even prior to the pandemic.
Wow.
And so, we are looking for ways to get kids excited about reading, to kind of get lost in books the way kind of we did, as kids. And one of the things that we've found makes a huge difference is, you want kids to own their own books. You want kids to still have access to print. You want them to feel that ownership of building their own personal library. And so when they do that, and when they have a role in selecting the books, you see much higher engagement from kids. So that's the most important thing, is whether they're shopping the book fair or they're choosing the book that comes out of the teal box, or they're winning an award for their classroom, they're ultimately picking and choosing. And when they do that, there's just such a higher percentage of chance that they're going to engage with that content.
We want them plugged in.
Yes.
Such a cool thing it is you offer. We really appreciate your time today, Jessica. Thank you
so much.
All right, guys, for more details, visit literati.com or check them out on social media at Literati. The following portion of Studio 512 is sponsored by Decladerm. Hey, if you're over 50, 60, or 70, how would you describe your neck when you look in the mirror? Take a look at how these women describe theirs.
So here's what people don't tell you. They don't tell you that once you turn 50, your neck starts to get wrinkles.
Extra skin here. Very, very saggy.
Like crepe paper.
And just a loose skin.
Very bad crepey neck that I was always very self-conscious of.
It's called Decladerm, the product they're using, and we have lifestyle consultant Annette Figueroa here to tell us all about it. I think, Annette, most people would agree that it's kind of a difficult area of your body to fix.
Absolutely. The loose skin on your neck and chest is so hard to fix. And when you hit your 40s and 50s, you lose firmness, it starts to sag, and the texture really changes, and it happens so quickly. Well, the good news is Decladerm is a simple cream, no procedures, no doctor's visits. Gives your neck and chest a firmer appearance, reduces the look of rough and crepey skin on the neck and chest area, and improves the look of fine lines and wrinkles. It's truly amazing, but you know what I really like about Decladerm?
I want to know.
You see results in as early as 2 weeks, but at 4, 8, and 12 weeks, the results get even better. Look at this before and after. Again, you're going to see results in as early as 2 weeks, but we ask that you use it for a few months. Consistency is the key, and you are going to notice your neck and chest getting even firmer. And we have a 60-day money-back guarantee. We call it our 60-day challenge because we're so confident that you are going to love this product.
You actually told me off camera you really love this product, so you're so proud to be talking about it. I'm already in my 30s, and basically from the neck up, so many of us still do a little bit of virtual work, right? Or even if you're meeting people in person, this is kind of the first thing people see. It's your moneymaker, and it includes your neck. I'm already kind of checking the tightness of my skin. In our 40s, how do things start to change?
Yeah, so listen, you need a confidence booster. We all worry about our face, and that's great. But if your neck and chest area are wrinkled, literally that's really going to age us. Well, after just 4 quick weeks, 95% of the participants in our clinical study said their neck and chest look firmer. It's truly amazing. When that loose skin starts to disappear and that rough and crepey skin look and feel better, you feel better, you're more confident, and you're more comfortable to wear those low neck dress or shirts. I honestly don't know what I did before I had Decladerm.
Okay, good to know. I do want to know how it works because there are some super special ingredients that do a lot of the lifting here.
There really is. So this is one of the only neck products that contains retinol, one of the most trusted and studied ingredients. Actually, retinol stimulates the creation of new cells as well as reduces the look of wrinkles on your neck area and other areas of aging. Unbelievable. It's the power of retinol and the comfort of the cream for this delicate neck area. I cannot tell you how many women say how great it feels on their skin after using it. It also contains a new ingredient called bakuchiol. It's a plant-based ingredient. We call it the gentle companion for retinol. And what that does is it helps with firmness, basically the texture and the feel of your skin, which means less sagging. It's a win-win. And Decladerm, 92% of the participants in the clinical study said their neck and chest look more youthful. You know, that's when we knew we had something special.
Absolutely, that's a big percentage. So it's applied at night, right? And then what about during the day? Can you walk me through the process?
Absolutely, it's so easy. So after you shower or you clean your neck and chest area, I always use it. We recommend that you use it at night. A little goes a long way. And let me tell you, Rosie, it is so silky smooth and it feels so good. And you just rub it on the neck area. I always do it in an upward motion and my chest. And then when you wake up, this goes without saying, you want to use a moisturizer and then a sunscreen, because sun is really one of the most damaging things to your skin. So you're going to want to use that moisturizer and sunscreen before you step out. And I always tell people on day one, take a picture, month 1, month 2, and month 3, take a picture so you can compare and see the improvement in your neck. I am so excited for the viewers to use this product. We again have that 60-day challenge, 60-day money back guarantee. That's how confident we are in our product. And all you have to do is call 1-800-356-7039. And I want to say one more thing, Rosie, because this is super important. It has hyaluronic acid in it, so that soaks up and retains moisture. So that really keeps your skin hydrated.
Okay, Annette, and you did bring up that 60-day Decladerm challenge. Tell us a little bit more about it.
Yeah, so we have a 60-day money back guarantee. That is how confident we are in our product. Wait till you see the results. I am so excited. Send a before and after picture. We want to see. And I also want to point out it has hyaluronic acid. It helps soak up and retain the moisture, keeping your skin hydrated. I love it. All you have to do is call 1-800-356-7039. That quick, that easy.
Annette, thank you so much for your time.
Thank you for having me.
Take the 60-day Decladerm challenge today. Visit their website, decladerm.com, to get up to 50% off with free shipping. Your confidence is worth it. So visit decladerm.com or scan the QR code on your screen to get started. The preceding portion of Studio 512 was sponsored by Decladerm. Hey, we are happy to be able to offer you some help if you're out there searching for jobs. KXAN has partnered with ZipRecruiter to help you find thousands of job openings in Austin and around the country. Just go to kxan.com/jobs where you can search thousands of new postings every single day. Check it out right now and get started on the path to your next career.